You wonder why he pulls away, why he hesitates, why he seems unsure. But I tell you the truth, he is testing you, yes, testing you to see if you are worthy of his heart, if you are the woman who will stand the test of time. Many men do not simply commit out of convenience, no, they observe, they examine, they weigh your character in the balance, and only when they are assured of your worth do they take that final step toward commitment. Listen carefully. A man who is serious about choosing the right woman will not always make it easy. He will pull away, he will create space. Not because he has lost interest, but because he is watching. Yes, he is testing to see if you are a woman of confidence or a woman who crumbles at the first sign of distance. This is not a game of manipulation, but a test of your security in yourself. Too many women panic when a man withdraws, chasing him, pleading for attention, fearing that he will leave. But hear me today. If a man's slight withdrawal shakes your confidence, then you are giving him control over your worth. When a man creates distance, it is in that moment that your true nature is revealed. Do you flood his phone with messages? Do you question his every move? Do you allow insecurity to rise, fearing that he has lost interest? Or do you remain calm, steady, and unshaken, knowing that your value is not tied to his presence? A man will test your emotional strength, for no man desires a woman who is so easily swayed by fear. He wants to see if you trust in the connection, if you trust in yourself, if you trust that what is meant for you will never require desperate pursuit. But let me tell you this. When you do not chase, when you do not crumble, when you continue to live, thrive, and shine regardless of his distance, you will capture his attention more than ever. A woman who is confident in herself, who does not beg for love, who does not fall apart when a man steps back, is a woman who is truly irresistible. A man respects what he cannot easily shake. He is drawn to a woman whose worth does not waver with his action. He will see that you are not one to be played with, that you are not desperate for validation, and this will set you apart from the rest. Many women think that the way to keep a man is by proving their love, by constantly reassuring him, by making sure he knows how much they care. But the truth is this: a man will not commit because you chase him. He will commit because he sees that you do not need to chase. When you remain unmoved by his tests, when you show him that your life continues with or without his immediate presence, he will return with greater certainty. Why? Because he will know that you are not a woman who clings from fear, but a woman who chooses from strength. So I tell you today, when a man creates distance, do not react with fear. Stand firm, remain calm, and trust in yourself. If he is the right man, he will return, drawn to your confidence and grace. If he does not, then let him go, for a man who cannot appreciate your self-assurance is not a man who deserves your loyalty. Let your confidence be the proof of your worth. When you pass this test, he will not hesitate to commit, for he will know, without a doubt, that you are the kind of woman who cannot be shaken. Brethren, listen to me today. A man does not simply watch how you treat him in times of peace. No, he watches how you react when the storm arises. It is easy to be loving, kind, and gentle when everything is going well, but when frustration, misunderstanding, or disagreement enters, your true nature is revealed. And make no mistake, a man will test this. He will push certain buttons. He will see how you handle pressure. He will observe whether you react with wisdom and grace or if you explode with uncontrolled emotions. Conflict will come, brethren, as sure as the sun rises. No relationship is free from it, but what separates a lasting connection from a temporary one is how it is handled. Some women allow their emotions to rule them, raising their voices, throwing accusations, acting from impulse instead of wisdom. But I tell you, a man who seeks a strong, mature partner does not want a woman who falls into emotional chaos at the first sign of trouble. No, he desires a woman who can remain composed, who can communicate with clarity, who can bring peace into a situation instead of adding fuel to the fire. But hear this. Some women mistake silence for wisdom. They believe that avoiding conflict, suppressing emotions, or pretending that nothing is wrong will make a man commit. But this is not true. A man does not want a woman who bottles up resentment, who becomes passive-aggressive, who punishes him with silent treatment instead of honesty. No, he is looking for a woman who can express herself clearly, who can address issues with maturity, who does not avoid problems but approaches them with strength and grace. Silence is not wisdom, effective communication is. And let me tell you, brethren, when a man sees that you can handle conflict with wisdom, he will take notice. He will see that you are not a woman who is controlled by emotion, but a woman who is led by understanding. He will see that he can trust you in times of difficulty, that you will not turn against him in anger but will work with him to find solutions. A woman who knows how to navigate conflict with wisdom is a woman who brings peace to a man's life, and that, brethren, is a woman he will not want to lose. Many relationships fail, not because of lack of love, but because of how conflict is handled. A man will not commit to a woman who turns small disagreements into battles. He will not commit to a woman who disrespects him in anger, who belittles him, who allows her emotions to control her words and actions. But a woman who can disagree without disrespect, who can express her feelings without destroying the foundation of trust, who can stand firm in her values while still listening with an open heart, this is the kind of woman who will win his devotion. So I tell you today, brethren, if you wish to pass this test, learn to master your emotions. Do not react in haste. Do not speak in anger. Do not allow conflict to turn into destruction. Instead, approach disagreements with wisdom, with patience, with understanding. A man will commit to a woman who brings peace, not chaos. A woman who communicates, not explodes. A woman who strengthens him in hard times, not tears him down. Pass this test and he will know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you are the woman he has been searching for. Brethren, hear me today. A man does not desire a woman who clings to him out of fear, who waits upon his every move, who loses herself the moment he enters her life. No! A man will test you to see if you are a woman of strength, a woman who stands firm on her own 2 feet, a woman who does not need him to complete her, but chooses him from a place of wholeness. He is watching, he is observing, and he is weighing your independence in the balance. A man will not always tell you he is testing you, but I assure you he is. He will step back. He will see how you spend your time. He will watch if you continue to pursue your passions, your goals, and your purpose, or if you drop everything the moment he enters your life. Too many women make the mistake of shifting their entire world around a man, forsaking their dreams, their friendships, their hobbies, thinking that by doing so they will secure his love. But, brethren, this is not the way. A man is not looking for a woman who loses herself. He is looking for a woman who stands strong in herself. But let me tell you this. If a man senses that you have nothing outside of him, he will hesitate to commit. Why? Because no man wants to carry the weight of being your entire world. No man desires to be the sole source of your happiness, your identity, your purpose. This is a burden too great for any human to bear. A man wants to see that you have your own life, your own ambitions, your own joy outside of him, for this tells him that you are a woman of substance, a woman who brings value to a relationship, rather than just taking from it. Brethren, listen carefully. A woman who has her own life is a woman who remains mysterious, intriguing, and irresistible. When a man sees that you do not drop everything for him, that you still have your passions, your work, your friendships, your dreams, he will be drawn to you even more. He will want to be a part of your world, not the only thing in your world. But if he sees that you are willing to abandon everything for him, he will lose respect, for he will see that you are not standing on your own foundation. Many women believe that a man will commit faster if they make him their #1 priority. But I tell you today this is not the truth. A man does not want a woman whose entire existence revolves around him. He wants a woman who is complete with or without him. He wants a woman who chooses him not out of need, not out of desperation, but from a place of strength and confidence. When he sees that you are secure in yourself, that you do not need him to feel whole, he will recognize your value and hold on to you even tighter. But what happens when a woman makes a man her entire world? She becomes anxious, fearful, worried at every moment, afraid of losing him because she has placed all her happiness in his hands. This is why many women suffer heartbreak, because they have built their identity around a man instead of building their identity around themselves. A man senses this, and it makes him pull away, for he does not want to feel trapped by a woman who cannot stand on her own. So I say to you today, brethren, do not fail this test. Let your independence shine. Continue your work. Continue your purpose. Continue building your own life even as love enters it. A man will commit when he sees that you are a woman who brings value, a woman who enhances his life without losing her own. Show him that you are secure in yourself, that you do not need his validation to feel whole, and he will not only respect you, he will cherish you. Pass this test, brethren, and you will see. A man does not commit to the woman who needs him. He commits to the woman who stands confidently beside him. He does not bind himself to the woman who clings in fear. He binds himself to the woman who walks in strength. Be that woman, and you will find that when a man knows your worth, he will never let you go. Brethren, hear me today. A man will not simply accept what you say about your values. No, he will test them. He will press against them. He will see if they are truly built on rock or if they will crumble like sand. Every man who is serious about choosing a life partner wants to know, are you a woman who stands firm, or are you one who bends at the first sign of pressure? He will not ask you outright, but make no mistake, he is watching. He is examining whether your standards are just words, or if they are the unshakable foundation of your life. But too many women fail this test. They start with firm convictions, clear boundaries, and strong values, but the moment a man shows resistance, they begin to waver. They fear losing him. They fear upsetting him. They fear that if they hold firm, he will walk away. And so they compromise, they adjust, they lower the very standards they once proclaimed, hoping that by doing so they will keep him close. But, I tell you, brethren, a man does not respect what bends too easily. He does not value what can be swayed with little effort. A man is drawn to a woman who knows her worth, who does not negotiate on her values for the sake of temporary approval. A man will push boundaries not always with ill intent, but because he must know, are you truly committed to what you say you believe? If you say you want respect, will you demand it even when it is inconvenient? If you say you have standards, will you hold them even when he challenges them? If you say you value yourself, will you act in a way that proves it? A man is not looking for a woman who gives in easily. He is looking for a woman who stands firm, for such a woman is rare and worthy of commitment. Brethren, let me tell you something powerful. When a man tests your standards, it is not because he wants to see you fall. It is because he wants to see if you are truly the woman you claim to be. He will challenge your patience, your convictions, your discipline. He may pressure you in subtle ways to see if you will compromise your values for the sake of his approval. But when you stand your ground, when you refuse to betray yourself for the sake of keeping him, something powerful happens. He sees your strength, and he respects it. But some women think that by saying yes to everything they will win a man's heart. They believe that by being agreeable, by going along with whatever he wants, by never saying no, they will secure his love. But I tell you today, brethren, that is not how it works. A man will not value what is given too easily. A man will not cherish what does not come with strength. A man does not respect a woman who folds under pressure. He respects a woman who holds the line, who is unwavering in her self-worth. Hear me now. If a man sees that you can be swayed, he will continue to push. If he sees that your boundaries are flexible, he will keep testing how far you will go. And the moment he realizes that you do not truly stand for anything, he will lose respect. Why? Because deep inside, every man knows that a woman who does not respect herself cannot demand respect from others. A man may entertain a woman who compromises easily, but he will never commit to her fully. The woman he commits to is the one who shows him, without a doubt, that she will not lower her standards for anyone. But let me tell you the beauty of standing firm. When a man sees that you will not compromise your values, when he sees that you are not afraid to walk away rather than settle, something happens in his heart. He knows he has encountered a woman of true worth. He understands that you are not desperate for his approval, that you are not seeking validation through him, that your standards are non-negotiable. And in that moment he realizes that you are unlike the rest. You are the one who commands respect without demanding it, the one who stands tall even when tested. Some women fear that by holding their standards they will push a man away, but I tell you, brethren, the right man, the man who is serious, the man who is ready to commit, will be drawn to you because of your standards, not in spite of them. He will see that you are a woman who cannot be shaken, a woman who knows her worth, a woman who will not settle for less than she deserves. And let me tell you, brethren, a man will cherish a woman like that, for such a woman is rare and precious. So, I say to you today, do not waver, do not bend, do not compromise for fear of losing a man. If he walks away because you stood firm, then he was never meant to stay. But if he sees your strength, if he sees that you will not lower yourself just to keep him, then he will know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you are the kind of woman he can trust, respect, and commit to. Brethren, pass this test, stand your ground, be a woman who is unwavering in her standards, for that is the kind of woman a man will cherish, honor, and commit to for life. Let your strength speak louder than your words, and when a man sees that you cannot be moved, he will know that you are truly the one.